So I'm sorry to load you up with 3 grammar videos right in a row, but I thought we would knock out the Hithpa'el. We did the perfect, then we did the imperfect, and now let's clean up with the imperative. There aren't a lot of Hithpa'els, so I thought let's get this over with. And I think it's like 1 point something % of the verbs in the Old Testament are Hithpa'el, and it has a reflexive sense. So how do we recognize the Hithpa'el imperative, that is making a command? Well, let me go back to the previous slide in my deck. This is the imperfect. We did, the previous video I did was on the imperfect. Now let's forget about the third person. Let's forget about the first person, because imperatives in Hebrew are really a second person kind of thing. And so the imperfect Hithpa'el was titkatael, titkatalu, and then the second feminine singular, titkatali, and then the plural titkatelanu. Titkatelanu. Those are the second person imperfects. So how do we make an imperative? We basically take the tav off and we replace it with a hey. So let me go ahead and show you that. Here, this top one is the second person imperative. Hitkatael. Instead of titkatael, it's hitkatael, which is you can kill yourself. Poor choice of a paradigm verb, katael, but anyway, it is what it is. Then the y'all, guys, kill yourselves. That would be hitkatalu, which again, it's the same as the imperfect, but we replace the performative with a hey. Hitkatali is Jane, kill yourself. And then hitkatelanu, hitkatelana is girls, kill yourselves. So again, all we've done is we have taken the imperfect in the second singular and we have replaced it, the performative, with a hey. Now the jussive, I wanted to mention the other ways to do commands. The jussive is a third person command, usually, let him kill himself, something like that. It will look just like the third person imperfect. And in fact, the only way that you'll be able to tell that it's imperative or adjussive is by context. We actually had several of these back in Jonah 3:8, where the king is saying, let blah, 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 let them turn, blah, 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 blah. And it was just basically an imperfect, and we inferred from the context that was adjussive. So a third person command looks the same as a third person imperfect in the Hithpa'el. Now we call a first person command, let me kill myself, let us kill ourselves. That's called a cohortative. And basically we will take the first common singular or plural and add a kamatz hey to the end. So etkatael is the way you say, I will kill myself. But if I put a kamatz hey on the end, etkatela, it becomes let me kill myself. Similarly, nitkatael is we will kill ourselves. But if I add a kamatz hey on the end, it becomes let us kill ourselves. Okay, so in review, to make a second person imperative in the Hithpa'el, you take the imperfect, take the performative off, and replace it with a hey. The way you do adjussive, a third person command in the Hithpa'el, it's just the imperfect and the form, and the context will tell you. And the cohortative, a first person command, is basically the imperfect, and you add a kamatz hey to the end. There you have it, the Hithpa'el imperative. You're not going to see a lot of these in the Old Testament.